Señor Vicepresidente del Gobierno de Navarra, señora Consejera de Salud, señor Teniente Alcalde del Ayuntamiento de Pamplona, señor Director General de Sodena, señores Presidentes de Sedío y Asedío. It's for me a pleasure to be here with you today, showing the support of the Ministry of Science and Innovation to this marvelous initiative of impulsing the biotech sector in our country in an international context. Let me say that this support needs to be reflected into real terms, because no accounts do not count, or as we say in Spanish, lo que no son cuentas son cuentos. And in this respect, I can say that the Secretary General of Innovation, the industrial side of the Ministry, is highly committed to the biotech sector. The government approved the last 2nd of July the so-called National Strategy for Innovation, the Pentagon of Innovation, with 5 different axes that today we can show how it is performing in this first year of activity. The first axis of financing, we can say that our star program, Impacto, has increased the presence in the biotech sector 77% compared to last year, with 39 million euros invested from the Ministry and 24 projects. From CBTI, up to date, we can say that we have invested 74 million and 127 projects, which basically represents doubling the amount that only 2 years ago we were devoting to the biotech sector. And with the CIMIT program, we have 2 big projects for 20 million support. In the second axis of markets, we have now 5 platforms related to the biotech sector working. We have in the international activity, I think, very interesting results, with 115 million from the health sector on top of 50 extra million for the biotech horizontal sector in the 7th framework program. We have 12 technology and scientific parks working on biotech, with 15 million devoted to the private sector this year. And finally, the access of people, our policy that intends to incorporate new skills of innovators into a number of sectors. The biotech sector has had an incredible amount of 26% share on the total program of 1,050 Torres Quevedo and 235 extra innovators from the Incorpora program. So, as a conclusion, I could say, just having thrown a number of numbers to you today, that the intensity of research and innovation of this sector with respect to us is more or less 4 times the weight in terms of GDP. You are 4 times as intensive in terms of innovation investment. And just to conclude, let me say that those of us that today have responsibility of the policy of innovation need also to be innovators in our own work, and need to understand that we devote our effort towards an activity of the economy that is changing every day and is submitted to struggling effects in international markets, in competition, in needs for financing, etc., etc. And I think in this case we can show that today we have made a great step ahead compared to the past. We now have a strategy for innovation in our country. We have a number of indicators in terms of private investment, employment to be generated, and number of companies to work in the Innovation Club. And we have made part of the homework so far. I have to announce that we have reorganized CBTI. We will show it next Thursday to the public, and it means that we want to be oriented to the customer, oriented to the industry. We have made a number of changes over there in the sense that we want to have one single counterpart for each of the industries that will help to each and every product or each and every help that we devote to the industry. We also want to stress the importance of the international activities. We cannot understand a research and development and innovation project from a national perspective. Every project which has a certain amount of activity needs to be international from the very first day, and in this sense we will announce in the following weeks an agenda of activities that is committing how the Ministry is helping the companies to internationalize through the technology. I will speak afterwards about the project of venture capital in the next session, which is another of the novelties of the autumn. I want to conclude transmitting our commitment towards our goals. Your problems are our problems. We want to help as much as our resources, as much as our intelligence, and as much as our money is available in order to provide one of the best competitive sectors in Europe. Thank you very much.
General Secretary of Innovation, members of the Government of Navarra, Pamplona, Sodena, President of Seviot, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BioSpain 2010, the 5th international meeting on biotechnology that has become the main reference event in Southern Europe. I would like to thank all of you for attending such an important event for all biotechnology stakeholders. For the Spanish Bioindustry Association, ASEBIO, the corporation that I am honored to chair now, it is a pleasure to celebrate BioSpain 2010 in Navarra, a community where we have found a perfect partner for this purpose. This year, ASEBIO has co-organized this event jointly with the Government of Navarra through the Development Corporation of Navarra, Sodena, which has provided extraordinary support to the biotechnology industry, which Navarra considers a priority sector both at the present time and for the future. First of all, therefore, I would like to thank the Navarra government for all the support that has been given to us during the organization of BioSpain 2010, and for their help in making this event even more successful than the previous 4 events that we organized. I would like also to gratefully acknowledge the support received from all the BioSpain 2010 sponsors. The following figures serve to illustrate this success. BioSpain 2010 will host